All right, everyone. So my second match in Vega's tournament is against the man himself, Vega. So we're going to do commentary for this one this time. Just didn't really have time for the other one. No big deal. A lot happened in this one, and it was pretty exciting. So get right into it. Just waiting on Vega to accept the challenge here. I believe I sent an invite. Maybe I'm waiting for him to say he's ready. There we go. So, first round, best of 5. Going in here, I figured I might as well ban Human Torch, Penny as an annoying defender, and then Nimrod. Kind of because I just ranked forward Storm Pyramid X. I didn't really want him to have an option for that. And he didn't have Omega Sentinel in there. So I went with those options. Plus Vega, when Nimrod dropped, was pretty excited about him. So went ahead and just removed him. But yeah, drafting here, he ended up banning pretty much every round. Archangel, Apocalypse, and Mr. Negative. So here I was thinking Fury, thinking he doesn't have Nimrod, so let me go ahead and throw in Man-Thing. Could not remember his poison immunes. There's one right there, but I believe he doesn't pick it. Gallon I was a little bit worried about with the Bulwark meta. So first few rounds, I actually don't end up banning him. Draft here. Feel like I'm going to go ahead and take Terrax and I believe Dragon Man. Picked Elsa there, but I'm pretty sure it back. Oh, no, never mind. It was Elsa. Probably if I had to fight Gallon. Or if I had to fight Stark Spidey. Plus, I figured Overseer here as well. So we got that covered. Bishop was picked. That's where I'm probably going to go with Herc. And Immortal Abomination, actually. No cosmics that I'm really trying to nullify over there, like Herc. So I believe I shy away from Hood here and just go with Immortal Abomination. Here's where I kind of got a bit worried. I'm sure he's going to go for Tigra and Domino to counter Terrax and Fury. And he ends up picking both. And then here I went Omega Sentinel. Yeah. Just out of those options, went ahead and went with Omega Sentinel. So he's picking first. He goes Fury. I decide to counter that with going Fury. So both of us up against Nick Fury for the first round. He goes in with Stark Spidey. And I end up just going straightforward Herc. So looking at his roster, there's probably a couple areas I could have used Herc, but Fury against Fury, both the same rank. Figured I'd be able to beat out a Stark Spider-Man. So I go into this with the mindset, I'm going to parry heavy at the start until he gets to 1 bar of power. Then I'm going to turtle and retaliate his heavy with a heavy, or still try to re-parry from my block and throw a heavy. And we're going to continue that until he gets the special 2. And then right when he's at special 2, we're going to intercept with our special 2. Hopefully that'll push him into real Nick. So far so good. Building up feats here. All right, we're both at special 2. Baited out. I'm going to go place Infuriate. Missed the button the first time, but we got it the second time. All right. And now I'm aggressive. Well, no, I'm going to wait. He's low on charges, so I decide to go back to the whole beta heavy, throw a heavy, at least until we get him to real Nick. And that should do it there. I'm going to bait out this special 2. And he's going to be a little bit stubborn, but it's fine. Oh, no. maybe it's the next special too. So I decide to full combo there, set myself up for the next special 2, and then this should knock him out. All right, so not particularly aggressive, but I knew based on the matchup that I probably didn't have to be. So waiting here, at this point with how much health I had left and how much time has gone by, I figured I had this first round won, and I did. Actually surprised to see Stark was KO'd coming out of that round. So move on to the second. And into the second round, I decide to go ahead and test some Tigra skill and throw Terrax out. Figure this is probably going to be a throwaway kind of a challenge. We're going to see how well the Tigra play is this round. And I see Bishop got picked, so I went ahead and I went ahead and threw in Immortal Abomination. And from here, my game plan was to build the special 2. While I push him to special 2, we're going to end combos short into a block so that he throws heavy attacks. And I really didn't know the sig of this bishop, so I was a little concerned special 2 is going to end up unblockable. So we're going to find out whether it is on the first special 2. But once I get to special 2 and I launch it, then it's just special 1 spams from there on. Here's our first special 2. It is unblockable, and we end up dexing the whole thing. So feeling pretty chippy there since I fully dexed a special 2. Thought I got a reparry there. Didn't. It's fine. We're going to recover some of that health from willpower. Got pushed to special 2 again. Trying to bait it out, hoping we don't run out of poisons before. Finally throws it. We fully dex it again. Kind of had a pause there because I was surprised. The Eternity of Pain Bishop, I had issues trying to dex the special 2, so guess I was just on my A game. This BG decide there to kind of be aggressive. It's not going to push him to special 3, so I throw the special 1. Fully dex a special 2 again. So feeling myself with dexing 3 special 2s in a row. And decide here, push this next one. Now I'm going to block, actually bat out a heavy, and let him KO from poison and acid burn so that I don't have to deal with. And came out of that, was surprised to see Tiger was KO'd. I fully expected to lose that round on time, and Tiger play did not come out well, I'm assuming. So I remember that. I take round 1, and we go into round 2. All right, into round 2. Same bands this time. Worked out well the first time. My deck isn't particularly built for BGs, or my roster isn't. So what ends up happening is I end up banning options that they have, and I end up trying to outpace them with the mediocre attack options. Here, too early to tell if I was going to need Falcon or Betsy, so I went with Chavez plus the Tiger play. Kind of made me think maybe Chavez might do well as a defender here, especially with the science champs that he has available. Fury back in it. Gonna go with Man-Thing again because Nimrod's gone. Now I'm pretty heavily Mystic, which is fine. And I actually recognized that and dropped Man-Thing for Black Widow. Korg here, I don't really have a strong Korg counter. He's been on my list of champion bans when it comes to defense. And then Bishop there, now I'm thinking I need a counter for Bishop because at the moment my options aren't good. Go with Man-Thing and Betsy here. Betsy was really for Korg. Not feeling too confident on my attack side for what I've got here. See that Thing made it to the board. Made me a little worried that I didn't take Falcon, but he ended up picking Rindraw. Go with Thing here. I'm pretty sure with what he's got, I end up going with Dragon Man. I think I was going to work Tigra in, maybe for Bishop. All right, so interesting round. Don't have particularly the best attack strategy for his defenders. So decide to throw out early Chavez, kind of test the waters here. Oh, no, Doom first. Figure, same thing, Doom can be tricky to play against, and his Doom counters aren't strong Doom counters, they're just good Doom counters. And then we have Fury here. I believe I go with Dragon Man in this round. I actually really enjoy using Dragon Man for Fury. But again, it's kind of a mediocre option. It's not an option that knocks him out quick. Not a cheese, at least, like Toad or Penny would be. And then I see the Scorpion pick there. Kind of expected that. Didn't think Overseer would do as well. So we go into here. Game plan usually for this full combo until he gets to a bar of power, then past there we end combo short by jumping into our block. And then once we've got him cornered, and hopefully we have him cornered, we're spamming special twos. I believe Fury took his sweet time trying to throw special two. Wow, we got a special one into our block. Gotta love that. That kept us from getting him to the wall. Decide to full combo there and then throw special 3 so that we can maybe get him to his wall, but also push his charges past the point where he's not going to throw special 1. And then now we're going to try and get him while we're unblockable and unstoppable. So wait a little bit, he decks, but luckily he just comes in, doesn't throw the special attack. We've got him cornered against the wall, he throws special 2, perfect. Now we can kind of beat up on him while he's against the wall. And here we're getting chunks down. Gonna block, go into it. Threw a heavy instead of attacking me, so we didn't have to actually aggressively fight him against the wall. Trying to get him to get this special 2 out. I believe this pushes us to another special 3. Yep. So this was the stubborn Fury fight I had. I did this all yesterday, so this is me rewatching it without watching it prior. Another special 3. Now here I'm thinking with the timer, I could cheese this and just kind of slow down, not pause, slow down so that Fury's at low health. And if there's a chance that the Doom fight didn't go well, I'd at least have a lot of his health down. But I decide that's not very sportsmanlike, so I just aggressively attack Fury into his second life. Say it is what it is. If I lose this because of that, then I deserve to lose it. And now I'm just trying to survive and let him dot out. And that ends the match to a timeout. And to my surprise, the Doom play did not go well. So that makes the Tigra versus Terrax fight and now the Scorpion versus Doom fight. So I'm kind of sitting here thinking Vega may not be on his A game. And that's where the early Chavez pick made me think I should throw Chavez out there and see how he does. So waiting here. Rindraw I don't have a very good option at all for. And some of the options I have, I felt like I was kind of saving them for maybe a possible third round. So I throw out Chavez here. He throws out Falcon. Wasn't really actually expecting Falcon. Thought maybe Overseer would go out. And here I'm trying to think who can I actually just throw away, who's not going to do well the last round. And that ends up being Man-Thing. So I go into this fight knowing full well I'm not going to do anything. So you're just going to see me heavy a lot, throw special ones a lot, and Rindraw is just going to not take much damage at all. So I'm going to go ahead and let that play out and check back in at the end. So a full timeout, as I expected, didn't take much at all off. So I figured I was going to lose it, and to my surprise, Falcon was KO. So took a gamble, figured it was going to go to round 3, actually 1-2-0. So round 2 was in the books, moving into round 3, feeling pretty good, but also feeling kind of lucky. Now round 3. Now, if there's a round throughout this entire thing that made me feel like I made a couple mistakes that would have changed the game, it was this round. Okay, so we go back to banning the same things. There are 2 fights from me in this one. And I honestly, the second fight, the second quote-unquote mistake, isn't so much a mistake, it's just the AI not playing ball. So you will see that, obviously. So he bans the same. Picking here, I'm thinking he's probably going to go Quicksilver. He doesn't, he goes Domino, which is fine. She's a pain in the butt. Decide to go Mojo. I believe Falcon, in case I end up with any terrible challenges like that Killmonger there. There's Overseer, kind of expected with Mojo out there. Thinking maybe I should go Black Widow and Stark here. Believe I go Doom. Maybe I say, hey, let's try Elsa. Yeah, Elsa and Doom. Gallon comes out. Made me a little nervous that it was such a quick pick. And then Bishop again, as expected. I don't have a Bishop counter at the moment, but we have Ultron show up. So I decide to go Ultron. And I really don't know who I'm going to use for that Gallon if he ends up on defense, so I throw Terrax out because there's not really an option there except for maybe Gallon. Then Tigra's there again. I was like, all right, cool. Tigra didn't do too well against Terrax last time, so maybe we can bait that out again. And then I go Black Widow there. So here, this first fight is one of them. Nick Fury out. I think I throw Mojo. Doom. Didn't go well last time for him, but he doesn't have Scorpion this time. Let's see who he goes with. I believe it ends up being Overseer. Yep. And then I throw out Black Widow, because I'm thinking of what I need to keep for later defenders, and Black Widow is really not going to counter much over there. Although I did see one take Killmonger, and I decided, no, I'll just go ahead and use Falcon for Killmonger. So here, if you interrupt heavies or if you intercept, your medium attacks don't actually up his tactical charges. So here I actually start with a few parries to get rid of some. Oh, no, wait, I just move on. I realize this, and I start retaliating heavies and baiting heavies. And there's a moment in this fight where I think I'm going to push him to special 2. And even though I have special 1, it's right here, I don't throw it. And I ended up throwing it late. I should have just thrown it at the end of the combo. I thought I was going to intercept or something with it and push him to special 2. I was honestly expecting that combo to push him to special 2. That ended up triggering explosive personality. So that health lost right there is just from the node and not playing it well. But what you're going to see through this fight is that besides a couple chip damage later on, it's the only damage I take. And why that's frustrating, well, you'll see the results page. So now going pretty well, still retaliating special attacks, heavy attacks. I think we got a couple intercepts in earlier. Just really laying on the shocks. Here it goes. This should be the end of it. I end up throwing special 1 at the end of this combo in the hopes, at the end of this combo, intercept off the wall, in the hopes that this KOs him, and it does. And why that mistake was so frustrating with explosive personality is I beat him on time, but I don't end up beating him on health. And the time was actually pretty good. And had I kept that health, that round probably would have gone to me. So super frustrating. I shake it off and move on. Can't be helped. Just know for next time. So we move on. Round 2. Believe the defender pick is on me. So I go Mojo. Doesn't really have that great of a counter at all for Mojo. And I recognize that. So now that Overseer's off the board, Mojo's out there as a problem. Killmonger, I don't really have the best counter, so I end up going with Falcon. And then he ends up throwing Domino, I think, at Mojo here. So I figure Domino could get a crit bleed, but also this could get really painful for him. So my only thought actually here is to survive. Don't get yourself cornered. You're going to end up with chip damage here. Just don't lose a massive amount of health from getting cornered. So the game plan was to throw in a few intercepts like I'm playing Arena, but also to attack Killmonger even if I'm not locked on, just so that I'm fighting for space and lock on when it's convenient and not when it's forced. So got the lock on there. He didn't throw a heavy, which is good. We're intercepting pretty well. We can hit into his block while he's locked on because we don't have to worry about giving him armor ups from explosive personality. We're really just fighting for space. Now locked on is going to end here. I'm still going to attack into him. Kind of lowish power. I also decided to play Killmonger stun immune so I don't have to deal with power gain from debuffs. It's also why I'm going to stick to special 2 for the remainder of this fight. Don't want to give him those bleeds and therefore give him power gain. So we're timing special 2 dexes pretty well, baiting those out. We're almost at the halfway point on time, so we're kind of winning the health race with the time, but again, the goal was to just survive. Right here, I thought I might get myself cornered. Luckily, he didn't throw a heavy there. Okay, now we're going to work our way off the wall after this special 2. So being pretty aggressive here, decide to parry so that I can work myself off the wall while we're still locked on. Was trying to get that special 2 out and accidentally parried there. Again, not worried about attacking him while locked on. I just don't want to get cornered. Start getting heavy chained. Now we're in the wall. Decide here, as soon as I see a heavy animation, I'm throwing special 2. Now we're going to parry and start working our way off of the wall. Just being a little bit more aggressive. Time is almost running out. Decide to throw the special 1 just to end it. So I'm kind of hoping he just died. And we actually finished the fight before he did. So I was surprised to see that it was a timeout with a bunch of health loss. So after winning this round unexpectedly, it made that Fury fight hurt. However, this third round I felt really good, but also kind of nervous because of my options to his. So, felt pretty good that I don't have to pick a defender here. He picks Bishop. I have Ultron, so I felt great. I said, go ahead and throw out Terrax. Let's see who he's going to use. Tiger didn't go well, so I assumed Gallon was coming out, and he did. So I know that's going to be a quick fight, but I also know that mine can be a quick fight as well. And this is the second fight where I say the AI didn't play ball. So you guys saw me fight Immortal Abomination against Bishop and prevent him from throwing special ones. And my Ultron is not max Sig. In fact, I think he's only Sig 20. So the plan was to push Bishop to special 1 turtle so he doesn't throw it, and works out so far and right here. As soon as that happened, I knew I was possibly not going to beat Vega in time. And then that evade there, I was trying to parry heavy just to kind of make space and deal damage. And the evade kicked in, and then stand your ground kicked in. So now I'm kind of frustrated. I lost a little bit more health than I expected. On top of that, that probably added 10 seconds to my time. Maybe a little bit more. Still, I'm aggressively fighting. We block dash out of that special 2, trying to get a heavy there, trying to finish this as quick as I can, knowing that Gallon is just going to wreck his fight. Decide not to bait out that special 2 so that we can get a combo in, and I see that I lose on health and time, just barely. So, I mean, time was more. Time was about 20 seconds, but who knows? I lost health from the incinerates and from that, so that pushed it into round 4. All right, so it helped out the first 2 rounds that the play wasn't going too well. Here I decide to not ban Penny and to ban Gallon. Decided to take away the attacker and that we would just deal with the defender however we could. But this round is probably one of those rounds where I knew earlier Vega's deck was better built for BGs than mine, and it really showed here. So defensively, he's just going to end up with a monstrous draft, and I just don't have the attackers to deal with it. So Rintra and Killmonger out there after I picked Man-Thing. Decide to go with Stark, and still pick a defender there. Here, wasn't really sure who he's going to pick. And then was surprised to see, I think Quicksilver gets picked here. Maybe it's the last. Yeah, there it is. And then here, don't really have the best attack options for what's there. Could use Elsa. Probably should have gone Elsa, honestly, instead of who I end up using. Figure I need to get Thing out there because he doesn't have a strong counter for Thing. Although I have not seen Rintra attack Thing, and I feel like that could be a good counter. Of course, once we pick a few Mystics, then we see the Science Champions pop up here. It gets me a little concerned. It's the benefit of not picking first. And then there, I should have probably gone with Elsa instead of Jabari. Go Falcon, because again, that Killmonger fight. And then Korg shows up. Not already looking at it. You can tell his defense is stacked, and he's got the attackers to counter many of the defenders that I picked up. So this ended up being a problematic round for me. Decided to throw out Thing. Nothing too crazy on the other side with Thing. I thought he might actually use Quicksilver, since Quicksilver has the secondary damage and the slow. But to my surprise, I believe Quicksilver gets picked here on defense. I decide to go Jabari, and that's where I should have had Elsa. I think Elsa would have done a lot better there. Not that Jabari's bad, but if I was actually to play her to her strength, I'd end up triggering the global a lot. And then I see the domino, and I figure, hey, okay, here's that scenario again where I'm probably going to actually tear through this fast enough than a domino would tear through Thing. So maybe this round would be mine. I've fought Quicksilver before. Usually the willpower and everything, it's just ends up being like a good fight for anyone as long as you are aware of the evade and you can dex special 1. So here I'm feeling pretty good. It's going well so far. I know that I want to spam special 1s, but a few times it gets a little chaotic. Here I end up getting parried, so I think one more time I'm going to beta special 1. And I'm just not remembering there. I thought I dexed the heavy, ended up taking 1 to the block. Luckily, stand your ground kicked in. There's the retaliate. I don't worry about it. And I thought I was blocking, and I ended up not blocking. That actually happens again here. No, not here. The next one, that one I actually got hit by. Full combo into my block while I'm against the wall. I really should have just triggered evade like that instead of playing stun immune. And I accidentally got myself pushed to special 2 because I wasn't paying attention from all the flustered hits. Got hit again there. So it's not going well. Back into throwing special 1s. Right here, I'm blocking. And then I'm suddenly unblocked. Like I didn't move. It was suddenly unblockable. I think it happens again here. Nope. Got one more. Trying to get the special 1 out. Here. Blocking. Oh, yeah, that's right. I died. Never mind. Yeah. So the 2 times I thought I was blocking and ended up getting hit in the face kind of threw me off, but I took more off than the domino that lost to Thing. So ended up winning that round. We move on. And the next 2 rounds are just me not having a good battle group deck for the defenders that Vega has. So throws Rindraw out without Mr. Negative. Don't really have a good option. Actually, I think he goes Korg first. Yeah. Korg as well. I definitely didn't have a good option. I throw Mojo out. I'm expecting Overseer. Go, okay, this is probably another one where he could die from degen. So I'm going to go Falcon and just kind of try and survive the fight the same way I did with Killmonger last round. And the game plan here is to really just, again, survive, but only attack Korg when he's locked on, but try not to trigger Dex that much. On top of that, I know that locked on isn't going to bypass the damage cap, but it is at least going to let me avoid thorn damage. So I figure I can probably KO Korg in the 2 minutes and lose very little health as long as I play it well. So far so good. The other thing I completely forgot that I should do that probably would have sped this up or helped this a little bit was not throw special 2s, but throwing special 1s. So this is the only special 2 you're going to see from me. I'm just kind of getting it out here. I know that the rock stacks are there. I didn't want to deal with a special 3 animation. What I wanted to do was take the multi-hit special 1 and really tear away at his rock shield. And I feel like if I had actually thrown that sooner, that I probably would have done better in this fight. But live and learn. So far, so good. Haven't lost a lot of health considering it's Korg. and I believe it is a rank 4. Remembering the special 1. If the opportunity presents itself where the rock shield is gone and I can actually get to special 2 fast enough and throw it, then I will, but it's pretty hard. So this is pretty much the fight. Me landing a few cheeky intercepts. And here I was like, oh no, this is probably going to be bad. He stopped going unstoppable, so good. Bait out a heavy. Nope, intercept. Nope. Here I decided to throw special 1 instead of dexing. That got rid of the shield. Now I can parry. So now we can work our way out of the wall while his charges drop so that he's not unstoppable and unblockable with me in the corner. So it got a little scary there, but I mean, time is up. And he finished quick enough. So I went, oh well, that one didn't work out in my favor. Move on to round 3, and he's got that Rindra. And I don't really, if I recall, I don't actually have a good defender. Yeah. He's got Scorpion, so again, kind of trying to figure out here which one would be best between Dragon Man and Man Thing. I figure, hey, let's go Dragon Man. And here, it's just another round of me thinking, maybe he'll mess up. Maybe Scorpion versus Dragon Man won't go that well, and all I have to do is play well and survive. So, Rindra. Usually how I start this fight off, I parry, I combo to create some space. Once I've created some space, I start dexing so I can build some charges. And then as we do that, and we do that little dance back and forth, I work on knocking him down and power draining him with the heavy attack, making sure to keep that EMP constantly on cooldown and use it so that we don't have to worry about a ton of power or a ton of special attacks being thrown. Pretty sure Rindra here is max sig because he was gaining power like crazy when I would trigger a buff from his power gain ability. So feel like it's going well, kind of. I just know he's a tanky guy. My EMP web is ready. So we're just going to go ahead and knock him down here after we give him some power. Knock him down here. Power drain him. Laying into him, trying to keep as much health as we can. And these fights end up long since I don't have any strong counters really. Time's getting low, kind of worried here. Didn't get many crits on that special 2. Believe I timed out the Sleimons. Rindra as well. Probably not. Getting close to time. Trying to at least KO him. I think we fall super short. So another timeout just like Korg. But we didn't lose much health, so of course I'm hoping that I come out of this, and nope. Played Dragon Man really well. So that forced a round 5. All right, last round, winner takes it. Not too stressed here. I've seen his deck 5th time now. I almost feel like I should ban Korg, so I haven't quite hit the button here. And I ended up going with what I banned last time, and so does he. Overseer has been prominent on his squad. Decide to immediately get 2 defenders here. 2 that Overseer can't technically take well. Curious what's going to play out here. Tiger comes out again. Thinking he might try Tiger against Thing when I saw that. Decide to go Mojo and Stark here, I believe. Just Stark does pretty well against Kingpin, so again, not the fastest, but playing the mediocre option quickly. Ended up going Overseer, or sorry, not Overseer, Immortal Abomination. See the Korg pick again. I don't really have a counter, and then I see Thing, and again, don't really have a counter. Here doesn't help too much either, so I decide, I can go ahead and use Doom for Korg. We'll see how that goes. And then Fury, I go for a Defender since I don't see a Fury counter over there. Penny gets picked, kind of eye roll at it. Here we go. Again, don't really have, I figure I can maybe squeeze Stark in and try and prevent her from throwing special 1. Just go with that. And then Domino got picked, so I'm hoping Omega Sentinel comes, and there she is. So I end up picking her for Domino, in case Domino goes out. So, final one, I invited, so Vega's going to end up picking first. Korg came out, so I knew Doom was going to go out. Nothing on that board made me think I needed to save Doom. Decided to throw Thing right away. To my surprise, I see Tiger go out, so I'm going, okay, well, Tiger play wasn't super great at the beginning, so hopefully Thing does his job there. And then I throw Doom out. I had a brain fart at the moment. I wasn't sure who I was going to use, and then I remember having that Doom thought. And here there's just, I mean, really, again, it's not the fastest option at all by any means. But game plan was to just spam special 1s. When his rock shield is down, if I have the opportunity to quickly get to special 2 by power draining or power stealing, then do it. And just hope that we can get him down quickly with Incinerates. So probably an argument that you could build the special 3, and then off of that, removing all his rock stacks from the special 3, quickly getting to special 2, and then at least I have the Fury Incinerates to kind of melt him away. But a little bit tougher with a shock immune and the fact that I can't reliably stun. So I just decide to go with special 1 spams, power draining when I can, or power stealing when I can. If it looks like the rock shield's going to come back before I reach special 2, build as close to special 2 as I can, and then throw the special 1 to take off some more rock shield. Intercept there. This is where I start to finally get to a special 2. And I'm aware of what good counters would be for Korg, like Omega Red. I just don't have him. So it is what it is. Usually he ends up banned. So it's getting close, running out of time. Little concerned here. Probably should have used Explosive Personality a little bit more to build power. And I believe I get him to 1%. Gotta get him, and nope, 1%. And somehow that equaled a win. I guess there's not enough health left. I guess there's not, I was surprised. I thought maybe there was a bonus, or at least just a little bit for KO, and there wasn't enough, at least for the health I had. So, surprised I won that one after seeing Thing down. Not really sure who to throw here. I think I throw Fury. And this, I was like, okay, he's probably going to use Domino. So I don't have to fight Domino. And then I figured I was going to fight Thing. It throws out Kingpin, and that made me go, oh, okay, Stark, easy. And then I saw Penny, and I kind of forehead slapped here, face palmed. I went, oh no, the Penny Parker cheese with real Nick. So I go, oh my goodness, this fight is probably going to have to go as fast as it can. If he pulls off the penny trick, then I'm not going to be able to beat him on time. So combo at the start after baiting a heavy. Make some room. And with Kingpin, you can actually get in a rhythm where you push him to special 1 and you build 2 charges, poise charges off of the special 1, and that kind of slowly ramps you up. And here you're going to see me try and dex 2 hits of the special 1 every time so that I can build those poise charges. And that's pretty much the fight. That's it. Kingpin being a little more passive than I would like. Not really sure what this BG AI is doing. He's definitely not trying to KO me with the speed he's going at. Throwing special 2s when I know it's not going to push him to special 2, especially with that overpower. I'm a little concerned here with how long this is taking. Wish Kingpin would just come at me. Getting close to the end. I figure this special 1 is going to be the end. And down he goes. And since I came out with a lot of health and faster than Penny, at this point I knew I had won. I thought he was going to come out pretty soon. I'm pretty close. But as this timer went, I just figured fight did not go as well as planned. And at this point, I've pretty much celebrated that I ended up winning. So the 2 rounds I won went 2 and out. I really wish I had played that 3rd round better, or that the AI cooperated. Probably would have ended there. But still, this is very fun, very exciting. I got off and immediately jumped into Vega's stream and congratulated him. So congrats to Vega on a good round. We'll see how Group A plays out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, hit like, and I will catch you guys at the war attack video, first war of the season.